Meanwhile, a watershed moment in New York City. And by the way, we talked about this too, and I said I didn't know if I was in favor of it. I'm still not sure. A new law allows non-citizens to vote. Now, 800,000 non-citizens in New York City have the right to vote in elections. And all you have to do is show that you have been physically living in the city for 30 days. Nobody's asking your immigration status anymore in order for you to be able to vote in city elections. Problem is this, as I see it. Okay? This is my issue with it. From now, tell me if I land this or not. You're probably going to disagree with me on this.
I don't know. I feel like we agreed last time, unless anything changed.
I don't know if anything's changed.
Let's hear.
All right. So from 10,000 feet up in the air, where we're flying right now before I land the plane.
Okay.
Okay. Seems like a good idea. Why not let everybody vote?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like a good idea. Problem is this, two problems I have with it. Number one is I think it's going to be very confusing for people who did not live in the United States, growing up in the United States, don't understand the political system in the United States, to understand that they can vote in a local election, but they can't vote in a state election, that they can't vote in a federal election. If they vote in a federal election, they've committed a crime that they would go to jail. Literally. Okay? So people are going to start getting confused. What am I allowed to vote in and what am I not allowed to vote in? I think that's a huge problem. And I think the other huge problem is me as a New York City resident, lifelong resident, okay, who plans on living here for the rest of their life and understands the politics, somebody who comes from another country, undocumented, comes to the U.S. for 30 days, gets to decide on our leaders. And I don't know that if that person who comes after 30 days is there in a year from now, or 2 years from now, or somebody who votes, comes on a temporary work visa for 1 year, and then goes back home and is completely legal. They're voting for our leaders, and they're voting for leaders that will affect me in the future when they're not even living here anymore.
I agree with that.
So I have problems on those two. Now, people could argue, well, an American citizen can move to the city for a year and move away. True. That is true. But when people are on work visas and people are new immigrants, they're certainly much more likely to come and go, more transient than perhaps an American who's moving for a job. But, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I put myself in that position as well. Like, say I moved to Mexico or I moved to France or something, and I'm just there for a little bit, and like me personally, I wouldn't want to vote for something I'm not really, sure what's going on. You know?
Not only you're not sure what's going on, and then you don't have a stake in the outcome because you're leaving.
Yeah, because I'm leaving, and like the people that are actually going to be staying there,
So I'm not sure if I love this idea, although it's nice to say, yes, everyone has a right to vote.
Right, I love that because, we all deserve it. Maybe if they do, like, you've been here for a certain amount of years and, we know that you've established yourself, you have a business, a family here. So then we know it's like, oh, okay.
Permanent residents can vote too.
Oh, right.
So, as a permanent resident, I just think they opened it up to everybody. And maybe they shouldn't have. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're a permanent resident. Okay. All right. Yeah, you should have a right to vote. You're living here just like me. You should decide, what days the garbage gets picked up.
Right.
You live here. You have a right to that.
Right.
But I don't know. I kind of like flip back and forth on it.
I got you.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.